so I can get connected to live stream.
Okay.
I guess we'll do a roll call of attendees then, so
Yep.
I can.
Yep.
Chris Kaufman.
No, that's Mike Andrews.
Well,
He's the,
no,
The box above Chris's name might be Mike Andrews.
yeah, Mike's above.
Where Chris's name is.
Chris's name's with the box where he will be if he signs in.
He's in, he just doesn't have his camera.
Oh, okay. Melanie's in, Brett's in, Paul's in, they're all in, okay.
Okay, sorry. Well, we can go ahead.
Okay. Hello and welcome to the meeting of the East Lampeter Township Emergency Services Committee. I'm Paul, citizen representative. I'm chairman of the committee. I want to inform everybody on the call that this meeting is being recorded. Due to the COVID-19 virus, this meeting is being conducted virtually utilizing Zoom, which is a cloud-based platform for remote viewing and audio conferencing. The township building is not open for this meeting so that all participants can observe and maintain social distancing. The Zoom application is free to the public, and the general public is therefore able to join the meeting by connection through the internet or by calling in by phone. The township is expecting to utilize this vehicle for future public meetings during and after the COVID-19 crisis. Please continue to check the township website calendar for any updates related to these public meetings. Agendas for these meetings will be available on the township's website and will be posted in front of the township building. The township will also be recording the meeting and making it available for viewing via the township website and the YouTube channel. Joining me in the meeting room while observing social distance are Dave Keene, our ESC secretary, John Blowers, representative from the board, and Ralph Hutchinson, township supervisor. Joining the meeting via Zoom are Steve Gribble from Bronx Fire Company, Susan Yoder, oh, okay. James Martin, Melanie McHenry, Gerald Kling, Chris Kaufman, and Paul Fisher. Those are the attendees that we expect to be on the meeting and participating in discussion and voting. For those committee members joining via Zoom, I now want to confirm that they can hear me and all of us can hear them. When I call your name, please give an indication that you're able to hear me. Start off Paul Fisher, or the alternate Don Moyer.
Yep.
Dave Keynes.
I would suggest that you just stick with the members who are going to be voting.
Okay. Is Paul Fisher present? Okay. Dave's here. Steve?
Yes.
Chris? Chris Kaufman?
Yeah, Chris, if you can hear
Yeah, I can hear. That's muted.
Okay. John?
Correct.
James Martin?
Yes.
Melanie?
Yes. I'm
All right.
Susan's also on. I didn't expect her.
Okay. Susan Yoder?
She made a.
There you go. There you go.
marvels of technology. All votes will be taken by roll call so they can be properly recorded. Or to accommodate public comments at this meeting, the township will be accepting public comment via written comments and via email. Instructions regarding the submission of public comments can be found on the township website. I may also allow public comment using the Zoom connection if conditions will allow it. Please note any public comments received which are deemed inappropriate will not be read. We will now proceed with the meeting agenda. Call to order. Call meeting. Special meeting of the Emergency Services Committee of East Lamphere Township to order. The minutes from the January 16th, 2020 meeting should have been sent out and received. Do I hear a motion to accept the minutes from that meeting?
Make a motion that we accept the minutes from the January 16th Emergency Services Committee.
I hear a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor? Paul? Fisher? Okay, Dave Keynes.
Approved.
Steve Gribble.
Approve.
Chris Kaufman.
Chris, take your boot off. Very good.
All right, I'm back on. I have no idea who your host is. They keep muting me for some reason. I can't do anything about
Chris, could you repeat that slowly?
Yeah, whoever the host is keeps muting.
Kolla, så nu kör vi.
Can you guys hear me, Paul?
Yes, I can hear you. It's breaking up.
All right, I must have poor internet for some reason.
Okay, we're looking for your vote on the approval of the minutes from the January ESC meeting.
So
I got a text asking if the host could take us all off of mute. It's like we're all on mute, most of them.
They have to take themselves, they have to put themselves on and take themselves off. When you have this many people in the meeting, they need to remain on just because of your background.
Okay.
Right?
Did he, I missed what he said. Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. John?
Aye.
Susan Yoder?
Susie, you need to unmute yourself. There you go.
Aye.
James Martin?
Aye.
I approve. Melanie?
I have one change.
Okay.
I was at the meeting.
Whole letter.
You were or you weren't?
She won't.
I was.
Oops, I'm looking at the wrong. Okay. Can you add her to that?
I will do that. Thank you, Melanie.
Okay, with those changes, do you approve?
Yes.
Old business. Report from the fire apparatus of Lafayette.
Doing double duty here. So everybody understands that if you need to talk, you need to take yourself off of mute. I want to thank you all for attending this evening. In line with the Emergency Service Funding and Apparatus Replacement Plan, we have this evening before us the Lafayette New Engine proposal for review and acceptance. If approved, the next step in the process would be to present the Emergency Services Committee recommendation to the East St. Peter Township Board of Supervisors next week, Monday, the 20th. Monday. The Lafayette New Engine planning process began a little over 2 years ago in early 2018 with progress reports provided at each Emergency Service Committee meeting and thereafter. A review of the apparatus funding plan in 2019 had the funding plan apparatus cost target revised to $700,000. In my opinion, the Lafayette Engine Committee has worked very hard and done a great job with the planning of our new fire engine significantly coming in under the target amount, planning an engine that will meet our needs long-term and has ultimately produced savings to the township, Lafayette, and the community. You all should have received the proposal outline and the engine drawing for the Lafayette engine pumper a few weeks ago by email. Also in a follow-up email, the Lafayette funding plan was outlined in greater detail for everyone to understand. I had also asked anyone who had questions about the project or the funding plan to reach out, for which I did receive some feedback in email exchange and phone conversations from some of you. At this time, I would like to ask if anyone has any other additional questions pertaining to the proposal that Lafayette move forward with the new engine.
Could you walk me through the payment plan of this? I just want to get comfortable with how this is going to play out.
Okay, so basically, Bruce, we would finance through VFS, which is the Volunteer Financial Services Corporation. They would secure a loan for us at 3% to fund the majority of the engine. We currently have around about $103,000 that we would apply for that engine loan, taking the total amount financed down to $493,000. Let's just say $494,000. That loan would be in place, and we would not owe any payments on that loan until the fire truck is delivered. So that would be 1 year. The lien that would be held by the bank on that fire truck is while it is being manufactured. So nothing Lafayette would be on lien. About 1 month prior to the engine being delivered, VFS would take out a loan with FEMA. The township would offer their funds, and Lafayette would apply any additional funds that we would have accrued in the year's time frame towards the price of the engine.
Okay.
That FEMA loan at 2% would be the remaining balance of about $135,000.
That's what you would finance.
That is what we would
That would
finance.
be your responsibility to finance or put more money down.
Yes,
Okay.
depending on what happens over the next year's time.
Okay.
We do have additional funds that we could pay towards the engine, but given our time frame and our time period that we're currently living in, it's not wise that we would spend that money at this time. In a perfect world, as I shared with some of the representatives, we would like to apply those additional funds towards the building. There were questions, and I'll get off the page here. There were questions about how much we owe on the building. Our next payment is due in the year 2021, and that payment is $5,000.
That's in your financial view, about
Yes.
a little over $1 million.
Yes.
All right. I just didn't understand
The first loan is kind of a pseudo loan. It's not going to happen. going to guarantee us the price incentive that Pierce is offering.
That's all I need.
Okay?
Does anyone else have any questions or comments? This is a shorter wheelbase.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I have in here that, and the engine was primarily equipped as a structural engine, and it will be first due on most of the incidents except for vehicle accidents that would run out of Lafayette. We focused on having a basic structural pumper with a full-base turning radius and overall height requirement to aid in accessing the alleys and narrow streets that have become more prevalent in our area as we continue to develop.
How does that compare to what wheelbase wise? How does that compare to what Whitmer bought with their all-wheel drive?
It is
Okay.
close or better.
Okay.
The way it was explained to us when we sat in the meeting room at Lafayette was that we could turn that to 24-foot turning radius, that we could probably turn that inside that room. So that's incredible.
Okay. So good. I think that's a smart move, going with the development going on in the tight spaces. I'm okay with that. Does anyone else have any questions or comments? Does this go to the vote now?
You want to make a recommendation to the Board of Supervisors, yeah, it would be this meeting to,
Okay.
where you would do that.
Do I hear a motion? Make a recommendation from the EFC to the Board of Supervisors that the engine and the funding plan be presented and the EFC approves.
I make that motion, Paul.
Motion has been made by Chris Kaufman. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Go down the vote. Paul Fisher from Burdenham, how do you vote? Paul Fisher from Burdenham, how do you vote?
Did anybody else hear Paul?
No.
I'm texting him now.
Okay, thank you. Marvels of technology. Lafayette,
Aye.
Steve from Bronx,
Aye.
Chris Kaufman,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
Susan Yoder,
Aye.
James Martin,
Aye.
Melanie,
Aye.
I vote aye. Waiting on Paul.
Okay, can you hear me now, Bruce?
Yes, Paul. We're
Sorry
up.
about that. I got
We're
a bad
voting.
connection here, but yes, I was listening to it, and yeah, I vote in favor of it.
Okay. Motion has been made and carried. To be presented to the board Monday night. All right. Okay. Next order of business, the 2019 financial statements just came out today. I haven't had a chance to review them to my satisfaction. I would prefer to put that off to the May meeting. I don't know if any of you seen them or not. Like I said, mine came this afternoon, and work has been all consuming at this point in my life. That will be shelved until the May meeting. All right. Is there any new business? Start with Hutch.
I'll just mention a few things quickly if I can. The fire service folks are probably aware of this, but we've been told that if this circumstance one of you is being tested for the virus, you should identify yourself as part of fire service, and your test will be done more rapidly than a test for someone else going through the system. So,
Hutch, we're having a real hard time hearing you.
oh, I'll repeat that. Hopefully this is better. Those of you in the fire service, if you're not already aware, if there is a circumstance where one of you has to be tested for coronavirus, you should identify yourself as part of the fire service, and your test will be done more rapidly as a result.
Good. Did you hear that one, Tara? Good.
Just for general information, as you can all probably suspect, the virus situation is going to have some impact on township revenues. And so we are in the process of looking at various options for reducing costs.
Will that impact this engine proposal or any of the?
That'll be up to the board on Monday night, I guess, but I don't know.
Okay. Be flexible.
I did want to ask, our intention township-wide is to continue to use this technology to broadcast and make available to the public all of our public meetings, including this one. So that being the case, my thought was, the meetings would likely have to be held differently. We've normally rotated around to each of the fire companies in this room. So I just wanted to throw that out there for you to think about how you want to approach future meetings in order to use this technology.
We'll talk about it. Fire companies, Ronks, any?
We have nothing at this time, Bruce.
Okay. Paul from Birmingham, what do you have?
Yeah, we don't have anything either, Bruce.
Chris from Whitmer.
We don't have anything.
Your ox roast is canceled.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Disappointing a lot of us.
Yeah, really. My dog and I are going to miss seeing you.
Yeah.
Lafayette.
Nothing for this meeting.
Okay. Is our emergency management coordinator online?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Anything?
Yeah, I turned in the March report. I'm assuming everybody got a copy of it. We're continuing to work on the coronavirus situation, making sure supplies are being handled out to the various agencies and so forth. The fire companies, and I have to get a hold of Ronks. We have N95 masks that have been distributed to the fire companies, 35 masks in a box. The police department's been supplied with masks, gallons, and face shields and so forth on Monday.
Good.
We continue to take care of help the EMS, as Lemza also got 2 supply orders as requested and fulfilled. We continue to monitor the weather. As you know, we're supposed to be, I don't know if we're going to be getting it, but there's supposed to be some snow coming. So, well, hopefully it'll stay up north. But, and we'll continue to keep the residents of the township advised via Facebook of any changes with weather or anything dealing with the coronavirus. We've been doing a pretty good job doing that. We also, so everybody knows, the township EOC is remotely activated. So we do have EOC up and running. And we're doing it remotely by computer and so forth, checking notices and sending in information into Lima and so forth. I also had some notable township incidents that both the deputy coordinator and myself have been on a couple calls to assist the fire companies, which they were very much appreciated with us helping them. And we continue to check with the fire companies during this event as well to make sure they have everything that they needed. And I have sent an email out to those fire companies as well as policies and maybe procedures and that stuff to deal with the COVID-19, how they're making sure they're cleaning their apparatus and that they have some type of guideline written down in regards to that. So somebody can't come back and say, hey, why didn't you have this or have that? I did receive East Lampeter Township Police Department's policies and procedures with the COVID-19, as well as Lafayette's. Anybody else have any questions for us?
Take those a no. Citizen members, do you have anything?
Nothing here.
Melanie?
No.
All right. I'm good. Jim Martin, do you have anything?
I have nothing.
All right. Any public comment? And with the lack of public comment, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Up for vote. I lost my paper.
You do this.
Yeah, I need
You
my.
do this. I don't have this thing.
Keep washing your hands.
Yeah.
Okay, Paul Fisher.
Yes.
Steve. Steve Gribble, motion to adjourn, yes or no?
Yes.
Chris Hoffman,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
Susan,
Yes.
Jim, Melanie,
Yes.
I agree, yes. So, thank you very much for your time and enjoying the marvels of technology with me. The next scheduled meeting is May 21st, and notices will be sent out as to where and how it will be conducted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for all the work.